Previously on James and Sunda.
We did the show and went straight to the emergency room. We were both in makeup.
Oh yeah, we forgot
and
that
everybody
part.
was like, you look great. She didn't even look sick. Maybe that's why they were like, let them sit there. They look great. This has been going on for weeks, ladies and gentlemen.
But I'm still able to have a smiling face and put on a happy face. You know, I try to tell James, be optimistic, be happy. Just pick me up. Let me show you Roz's face when I walk in the room.
Tell us about Roz's childhood.
Wait, let me just tell you, this is Roz's face. So I'm like, Roz, is everything okay? So we get in the car, Roz said, your kid's something else. That's how she started, your kid's something else. She said, you know, she asked me was I Persian. And I said, oh. I said, I'm sorry, Roz. And then Roz said, I told her no. She said, well, what are you? And I said, I'm African American. She said, your daughter looked at me and said, wow, you were born in Africa?
Hello and welcome to James and Sunda. I'm James. This is Sunda.
James, I think they know who we are. We've been on the air for 5 seasons now.
Well, of course they know who we are, Sunda. But you know, something looks different about you today. You look good. You get a haircut.
No, well, yes, I got my haircut. Yeah,
done,
of course. But you know, our makeup artist isn't here. She has the flu.
She called out sick today.
So I had to do my makeup myself.
But you look great. I don't know what you're doing.
I feel like a new woman.
You know, the funny thing is you look like a new woman.
Thank you. You don't look so bad.
What you want to call
I don't think I've ever seen him look quite this dapper. He looks very GQ.
All right. Who's taken Sunda and what have they done with it? Because I've never received
you know I'm nice to
so many compliments from you, and as long as we've done this show, and so I'm going to do the opening bit here, and I'm going to talk about everything that's going on in my week, and the sets are yellow and orange.
I just fell asleep.
Sunda, how is that going to look if you're falling asleep?
James,
we're going to lose our viewer
You're mumbling.
at
It's
the
like
top
white
of the
noise.
show.
We'll all fall asleep.
My white noise. All right. So enough with my white noise. Why don't we talk about you and your week?
Oh, you know, there's plenty of talk to talk about me. I mean, I had a busy week. I had to get my nails done. I got my hair done.
Very busy
I did
week.
the laundry. I went grocery shopping.
Sure.
My daughters and we had a mani-pedi.
You've got 2 kids.
They're writing my material now.
You're kidding.
No, they're writing my material.
Your kids alone are going to put the unemployment rate back through the roof.
They're good.
They're
good.
They're fantastic. If I had kids as good as yours, then I would be
had
plugging them on almost every show. Do you see the abuse that I put up with? I mean, it's a good joke, but
abuse.
Well, you know what's not good is my back has been hurting me lately.
Your back.
I think my hernia has now worked its way
James,
through
if you grew a backbone.
You're saying I ain't got a spine. I mean, you see what I have to put up with here.
Yeah,
it's
so much abuse.
The abuse that goes on.
Oh,
and,
you abuse me more than my mother-in-law.
Why don't you hit me again? Because you're so good at that. That's right. You're very good at that one.
You got some nice muscles there, at least.
Sure. Well, you know, it's true. Maybe I do put up a little abuse for you. So I'll tell you what I've done. I went and I got you an intern to help out.
Does she do laundry?
Well, it was a he, and it was Ray, our executive producer, and he does do laundry, but he's not here. He's sick. With the makeup girl, I smell a conspiracy.
There might be something going on there.
Scandal or something. Anyways, she's a lovely girl, and I think she's really going to help you out.
Well, it's interesting you say that, James, because I actually got you an intern too.
Is this my birthday or something? Why
it's not your birthday.
The compliments and now an intern.
You need one. It's
well,
time.
How about this? How about I show you mine and you show me yours?
I don't need to see yours, James.
It's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying maybe on the count of 3.
Okay, on the count of 3. Then we're going to do this on the count of 3. Are you ready? Are you ready to see mine?
My arms are folded. I'm ready. Let's go. Okay.
On 3. Ready?
Right. 1, 2, 3. Come on, don't be shy. Come on out here. Look at.
Oh my God, James! I'm seeing
you didn't
double.
tell me. You got me such a handsome intern.
She's so gorgeous.
You're gorgeous.
Love those eyes.
Well done, likewise.
No, you are funny.
They're real.
You're
It's unbelievable how people are always asking in LA, are they real? Are they real?
I'm looking forward to
No,
see you.
I wouldn't wear fake boobs
Well,
either.
you know,
You were born
it's
this
the
way.
abuse that you
can't
put up
help
with is just it's horrible. I mean,
You have the most
firsthand,
infectious
I
laugh.
understand what
I
you're
have an
saying
infectious body. I caught it from him.
they're just
my God,
and they're probably laughing
over here.
at
That's
us
talking about
or
illnesses.
something,
Oh,
but
God. Don't we know about that?
Don't let them get a cramp.
I never get tired of that laugh. Never. It's the best medicine.
Let me tell you something. I think that we make a great team,
I
and
think
we
so
should have
too.
our own show.
I think we should.
The Sunda job.
Well, there isn't anyone more fabulous on
I
TV.
mean, what are we gonna do? We got This is really special. So
well, as fun as this has been, I think it's time for our first commercial break.
I think it's time for a commercial break, and then we'll come back.
Oh,
and
please don't leave.
you want us to stay?
Straight ahead, more with the boys from OutFab and their hilarious parodies and impersonations.
Got it! Kim needs to marry a closeted gay basketball star and then divorce shortly after.
And later, a classic clip from a past show, The Commies Are A-Comin'.
You're a commie! I'm a commie!
You've been a communist this whole time.
We gotta take a break. I'll be right back. We'll be right back.
Happy Valentine's Day, Mama!
baby, mama ain't up yet.
I got you a treat. Valentine's is all about treats. Treating myself to candy.
Okay, welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Whenever we have more than one guest, we have to share mics, and I have to talk into Sunda's shoulder.
But we're not obvious about it.
We're not obvious about it at all.
And I'm not lactating.
And joining us now on the program, we have the co-hosts and creators of OutFab, Matthew Schaefer and Jeff Payton, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
We're so glad to have you.
We're happy to be here. It's quite a step up from our production value, I must say.
Oh, please.
No, I'm serious.
You really think so? I've seen your videos look pretty, the quality's pretty good.
Well, that's very flattering, James. You would never know.
You can ask the crew, but we don't have one.
Yeah. Well, no,
really?
I'm crew one.
I'm crew two.
Really?
Yeah, for real.
Sure, yeah.
Wow.
We have a crew, but usually they get sick and go to the ER and get
Yeah, I know. We're
hospitalized.
missing them today.
He's hernia prone. How'd you two meet? Do you mind me asking?
No, not at all. I'm glad you. Do you want to take this, or do you want
We
me to?
met at Radio City Music Hall Dancing with the Rockettes 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, we were both in the ensemble, and yeah, right.
Really?
And we've come a long way from chorus boys to drag queens, is what I always tell people. I mean, we're not really
It's the
drag
American
queens,
dream.
It is the American dream.
It is.
It is.
They're
it?
so nice to each other.
Unlike you.
On camera.
On camera.
Oh, really?
Let's make no mistake. When the cameras are rolling, we make a good show.
I see.
How exciting are the Rockettes? Not to.
They're
it's a lot of
amazing.
work.
Do you know what? They work really hard. I mean, you know, it's a lot of hours of rehearsal and a lot of training, but it was a really fun show.
And the ensemble does do a number before and after each Rockette number.
Yeah.
So
it's
like the ensemble doesn't earn their keep.
it's
Right,
pretty
that's
tricky.
true. That's true. I actually know a Rockette. Her
Do
name
you?
is Patty Lyndon Thaler, and she's from Paterson, New Jersey. And
I don't think I know her.
Oh no, she's not a Rockette anymore. She's a rock cat. She's gone.
Oh.
She's a rock cougar.
Okay.
And she went to my dancing school, and that was our claim to fame from Paterson, New Jersey, is that we had a Rockette.
Were you a dancer? I mean,
Yes, that's a
you
long
were.
time ago.
That's basically how we got started. I mean, we met in the show, and then we both have a love for obviously acting and television and parodying celebrities, and that's how we kind of
So yeah, we just
came together.
Couldn't stay in the closet or the chorus forever. So
Right.
it got hard.
packed up, moved back to
Got
LA.
hard, see?
Yeah, it does. I mean, you can do it when you're 19, but then when you turn 30,
Forget
it gets
about
a little
it.
tricky. I mean,
Yeah.
you find out your path in life. And about 2 years ago, we just decided to kind of rip on reality TV because it's not going anywhere. It's here to stay, as you both know. And so we actually got a text while we were shooting a parody from Jill Zarin, which kind of is how
Well,
Kelly
Kelly
Ben
Simone was the first to tweet. So we were like, we have this production company. How do we start? We want to do film. We want to do television. We said, let's put up YouTube videos because people see that and you get immediate feedback. It's like doing stand-up. It's where you work out your material.
You know exactly what's going to land, and the YouTube audience is not a
kind.
Yeah, they're not afraid
They're
to
honest. They're
tell it
brutally
like
honest.
it is.
Sure.
So we shot this parody of the Housewives of New York because it was our favorite at the time, and we taped the parody and we put it up.
He played Jill Zarin, I played Kelly.
Right.
Kelly
and we like to play Kelly tweets it and it goes viral. And we get a whole bunch of calls, and then one night I go to bed and I wake up the next morning and Jeff goes, "You're never gonna believe who emailed me." And I go, "Who?" And he goes, "Jill Zarin." And I go, "No way." So I go to my email, and sure enough, she's emailed both of us. And she said, "Call me, I want to talk."
And at this point, we're thinking either it's her or her lawyer telling us to cease.
I'm freaking out, right? I call my cousin who's a lawyer.
Like parody laws.
Well,
sure.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But you know, we're new to it. We don't know what we're,
Yeah, so I call the phone number that she leaves, which is her cell phone, and lo and behold, she calls, or she answers, and I go, "Hi, this is Matthew," and she goes, "Is this me? Do me."
And if there isn't a start to your day than Jill Zarin asking you to do her, it's a very special moment.
Yeah. And so from there, she tweeted it out to everyone, and the Bravo audience and everyone, they just really responded to it. And we kind of just went down that path and rolled with it. I mean, we had a lot of fun with it.
Now, all the clips I saw were of reality shows. Do you do any non-reality show stuff?
True Blood, Gossip Girl, those were two.
In fact, two of our #1 hits are Gossip Girl, it's really big, and True Blood.
And now speaking of True Blood, it's like you do these parodies and you think, oh, you'll never run into them. You'll never do an opening segment and then sit down and be interviewed by them. But we did Flash 2. So we do True Blood, and we post the parody, and the fans love it, and the cast members are Facebooking and saying it's hilarious, and really good feedback. And then a week later, we go to this huge barbecue, and we're thinking, oh, friends barbecue.
It's an industry party, though. Right. I mean, we know what we're going to, but we don't.
The entire cast is there.
The entire cast of True Blood. And of course, there's that awkward moment where they know you and you know them, and they know what you've done to them.
Nobody's saying nothing.
No one's acknowledging it. It was a very surreal moment, yeah, for sure.
All right, we're gonna take a break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at the Kardashian parody. We'll be right back.
Don't answer that phone.
Hello?
Coming up, Sunda is Kosher Crank calling.
I was wondering if you'd like to go to the Strand to see a movie Saturday night.
Is someone dead to you? If so, call us at 323-761-0290 and tell us about it.
Do you guys ever want to not sit next to each other?
I think at dinner parties, you want to mix it up and old-fashioned that way, and you never want to sit next to your spouse.
No, it is true. I mean, look, we've been together 10 years as partners and as creators and in art, and there's a reason that it works. I mean, we have similar personalities, but we're strong and opinionated about certain things, so it really counterbalances one another. There are very few times when we don't get along, and usually it's when we're shooting.
But on a more personal level, it's been really neat, like as a couple, because the issues that you may have in your personal life, you don't work together. There are things that you do in your professional life that maybe you'd act a little differently. So the lessons we learned.
And understand
right.
That's why.
So
you don't understand
if you two were in a relationship, you'd never fight.
You see that?
We'd never fight. We would never fight.
See that?
I don't see it. No, I don't see it.
I could never be in a relationship with you. You'd be sick.
First of all, I don't think they don't know. You guys know. They don't know.
I'm easy. I'm easy. I'm nice.
She's very easy.
I think I'm very nice.
You're very nice.
Stop that.
Nice.
You're lying. You're treating me
wow,
like...
they sound like us.
You're the best. You okay?
Last night he told me that I was guilting him. He wasn't sitting next to me. I'm not the only person with things to do. His time matters. You had to hear it.
Is that true, James?
This is very true. This is very true. She's not lying on that one, but you don't know why that came about, and there's not enough time to get into because we got to look at the Kardashian clip.
Yes.
There's a lot to look at.
Okay. So
right.
We're going to look at the clip, and you and I will discuss this later.
There's a lot of makeup to look at in this clip. I'll tell you.
This is OutFab doing a parody of the Kardashians.
Unless we want the Kardashian franchise to die like Paris Hilton,
We gotta think of something fast. Another sex tape? Too predictable.
I could break up with Scott again.
We just need a fresh start.
I could get another DUI.
No, no, no! I've got it! Kim needs to marry a closeted gay basketball star and then divorce shortly after. I made $65 billion last year. I'm gonna do whatever my mom tells me to do.
Being a basketball wife was my thing. Nobody cares about you, pig face.
Stop it! We're all ugly. That's why we wear so much makeup. Now get packed. You're all leaving for New York. Finally! A fresh start!
My mom's plan totally worked. Our fans fell for it. We renewed for another season, and after a sexless honeymoon, Kim and Chris totally moved into our hotel.
So, we're all staying in one room?
You knew what this was.
Do we have to share the same bed?
I think we all know where this is headed. My sisters are my business partners, and we're paid to be best friends.
I like to flex my pecs.
Come to think of it, I've never seen Chris wearing a shirt.
Our wedding was even more successful than my sex tape.
And we made $6 million.
Which we need because you are unemployed.
I told you, I'm a free agent.
I just wish someone would pay attention to me. I'm the normal one.
I love all my children, especially Kim. She pulls in the most commission.
Our show isn't about anything. My mom just wanted to be an actress since the 80s.
I love my friends, even when they murder people.
Things started to get really heated in the hotel room. I mean, Kim and Chris had never even lived together before.
Why are you such a slob?
You told me to act straight for the camera.
When I get back from Fashion Week, I want you out. I felt bad for Chris. I know what it's like to be kicked out by a total f***ing bitch.
I want an annulment.
How can I make you feel better?
Let me shave your armpits.
I thought you'd never ask.
Oh.
And so you guys are shooting this, you're in it, you're operating all three cameras.
And let me just
one
say,
camera, three places.
in all fairness, we are not normally that harsh to the people that we're parodying, but the Kardashians, I mean, it's like they're begging for it.
They're just so mean to each other.
They are.
They're related. It's like, why can't you support your family?
And the only way you can parody that is to go bigger, and that's what we did. I mean,
I wish I could see. I've never seen them actually.
The Kardashians.
Not
the show. You've seen pictures.
You're not missing anything. Actually, what you saw in our parody is probably the best it gets. And I'm not just saying that because I like what we do, but I do like what we do.
And shy.
That's why we get
We're good at what we do.
Well, you're great at what you do.
Thank you, and so are you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, but normally, I mean, like we said earlier, we really do only parody the people that really get a reaction from us in a fun way. We always say, stop feeling guilty about your guilty pleasure. That's what the OutFab show is all about.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And you know, we should also mention that you should look for us online right now at agrouproduction.com. agrouproduction.com.
Because it takes a village, and what we do use is an ensemble cast. We have about 12 to 20 actors that we work with who really bring their A game and the characters. Always. And so
they're all USC trained actors.
Find them? See, it's at USC.
I went to USC. I double majored with acting and opera. And then later I worked at the Apple Store, which is how I learned how to edit. We took classes in film and sound and...
You know, You've really got to do everything now, as you both know, because you guys are both doing so many things. It's like the more you can do, the more opportunity there is for work.
And he won't help me.
No, Sunda just learned how to save something to her desktop. She did.
Congratulations, that's
But I don't have to ask you to do it.
Next week it's cut and paste.
I learned that already.
We're going to do cut and paste next week.
And you can do that on your phone, by the way.
Select all.
Oh no, I erase everything.
No, trust me. Cut and paste on your phone, it's like the savior.
But you can't undo on the phone. There's no...
You can't undo.
That's true.
All right, gentlemen. Well, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for
having us.
Go to commercial. This was Matthew Schaefer and Jeff Payton of OutFab, agrouproduction.com.
That's it. That's where you can find
That's where you can find them. We will be right back.
I'm Mark Safran. I will tell you why the world is going to hell in a handbasket in just a moment.
yes. Hi, Rachel. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. Today we was coming in. We were going to have the volunteers come in from the senior citizens home, and we was going to bring in the dogs, you know, the service animals.
Oh, uh-huh.
Okay, hold on, because Mrs. Rodriguez would like to speak to you personally. Can you hold on for just a second?
Did you want to talk to groomer though? Because I'm not one of those.
Oh no, honey, you a sweetheart. Hold on just a second. Hold on, Mrs. Rodriguez wants to speak to you. Hold on.
Okay.
Yes. Good afternoon. Is this Judy's Pet Depot?
Yes.
Okay, I was calling because we was wanting to know, like, if you have any bilingual people who work there for the dog grooming, because I have a Chihuahua. And so the Chihuahua has only had an owner that speaks Spanish, right? And so we are really sensitive because this dog was abused. And we don't want it to be abused anymore. And then it might be nervous if the person is speaking in English because it's only, you know, it's Latino.
We do not have any Spanish-speaking groomers, but we do have Spanish-speaking employees.
Oh my God! You know something? I was told. Is this Judy's? Wait, let me ask you this. Let me ask you a question. Is Judy there?
She is, but she's actually busy at the moment. She's got something she's dealing with.
But she'll come. She'll talk to me because I was referred to her by the ASPCA.
Okay. Well, I mean, I can see if I can pull her away.
I'll hold on for her. I'll hold on for her.
Sure.
Okay.
Hold on, just a second, okay?
Thank you so much.
Okay. Judy speaking.
Hi, Judy. How you doing? This is Kim Chow.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay.
How you doing today? We're so happy. I'm so happy to talk to you. I'm so happy to talk to you in person, face to face. And so, yeah. And so the reason why I want to talk to you because we were coming with the newspaper today because they were talking about the Asian Mau Mau dog, and that you have one for adoption.
I have what for adoption?
Asian Mau Mau dog. This is
I don't
Judy.
have anything like that.
Wait a minute.
We work with a rescue group. We don't house any animals here.
Okay, wait a second. Is this Judy next to Asuka, the Japanese restaurant? Oh, Judy, how you doing today?
Fine.
I met you before because sometimes you run in for sushi and you run out. You go at lunchtime. I see you.
Yes.
Anyway, I want to know if we could do something with the Asian Mau Mau dog. They said to bring to you. And so that's why I want to bring the dog.
Do you want to make a grooming appointment?
No, I don't want the damn dog anymore. He chew my furniture, I eat my shoe.
Well, then what you need to do is contact a rescue group. We can't take the dogs.
Judy, I love you. It's Sunda. You are on Jewish Life Television. You're on Jewish Life Television. This is Judy's Pet Depot. Everybody should go to the store. I told you.
Oh, it's Sunda.
Yes.
Oh my God. Let me call you that name then.
So,
oh my God.
I love you, and I
love you too.
You just got free advertising, and I'm sending back those 2 cats. So anyway, Judy's.
No, you can't know.
Okay, Judy's Pet Depot is located on what number on Westwood Boulevard?
1278 Westwood Boulevard. We're open 7 days a week, and we have grooming 7 days a week.
And mention my name, get 10% off. Thank you, Judy.
Mention Sunda, we'll give you 10% off.
All right, we did it! Yeah!
Yeah, we do all rescue, and we're proud of it.
All right, baby, come rescue me.
We were so glad to unload those 2 cats. I thought we were going to be stuck with them forever.
Wait till I tell them about those cats. I love you. We got to go. We're on the clock.
Love you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
The Asian Mau Mau dog, Sunda. That was good. All right.
Oh, my God.
Finally.
Wow. That's so much work. I have to keep my eyes shut because I don't want to laugh. You know what I mean? That's a lot of work. But that was a good one, right? I got Judy on the phone. That's all that's important, is that I got Judy on the phone. And Judy is the one that I got these horrible cats from, by the way.
Worst cats.
The worst cats.
These are the worst. They're not cats.
They're not even They're not cats.
They're like
you know
tigers.
What John said?
They're tigers.
John said that's mountain lion.
They're mountain lions.
Mountain
yeah,
lions,
they're
right?
Mountain lions.
And they told me they're gonna be little kitties, and they're not little kitties, and they're not friendly, and they don't come out. They come out when Sue's around because she's got green eyes, so they.
There you go. Okay.
They're like meow. So anyway, that was so much fun. I do want to bring her cats back. She got really insulted though. Did you see that? She doesn't want any more animals. She doesn't want any more animals.
She does grooming.
She does grooming.
And that's what she does.
Well, she does do grooming, and listen, I'm just so glad to have gotten one down.
Yeah,
one
that was
for
a
me.
lot of work
One
for that.
Me.
All
one
that for that, ladies and gentlemen. D. Sunda.
It's worth it.
Doing what she does best, driving people nuts. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
We need a break.
Be sure to like us on Facebook at The James and Sunda Show.
The world is going to hell in a handbasket.
All right, now joining us on the program, we have America's sweetheart here to tell us how the world is going to hell in a handbasket, Mark Zaffron.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Mark Zaffron, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know why you make fun of what I have to say, because today started with two things.
Yes.
The Japanese scrambling fighter jets against the Chinese, and the North Koreans setting off another nuclear bomb, saying that how the Americans are fomenting the South Koreans in imposing economic sanctions against North Korea as an act of war.
Well, I thought it was because South Korea was starting to get in on the sanctions.
What sanctions? These people can't even feed themselves. Yet they have these huge parades of marching female soldiers in synchronization, and they set off atomic bombs.
They are very synchronized.
They're very synchronized. The North
How do they do
Koreans.
that?
What?
How do they get so in sync, the Asians?
Fascism is very good about saying things like that. It's nothing to do with Asians. Racist.
Oh, I'm a racist.
It has to do with fascism.
It's fascism.
Fascism. It's like Al Qaeda. Why does everybody think Al Qaeda is leftist? Because they're supported by American leftists? They're Islamo-fascists. They started with the Mufti, the Grand Mufti of Jerusalem, Al-Husseini. He was a Nazi. And all of his progenitors and all the people behind him, Al Qaeda, they're all Nazis. They're all totalitarians. They want to impose their beliefs on the rest of the world.
So Al Qaeda are Nazis. They come from Nazism.
They come from the Mufti's type of Nazism. The root of Al Qaeda is in Jerusalem with the Grand Mufti of Jerusalem, Haj Amin al-Husseini. He is the father of Al Qaeda.
Do you know him personally?
Yeah, you act like
oh
you
my
know him.
God.
Seriously.
How can you ramble these names off like this?
Good memory.
So he's the grandfather.
The
So
great-grandfather.
Like the Grand Dragon.
He's the grandfather of the Muslim Brotherhood. He's definitely the father of the Muslim Brotherhood. The grandfather of Islamo-fascism.
Okay.
Because that's what's going on right now. They're not leftists. They're not bringing in a beautiful program. Remember, fascism always comes from the left. Hitler was a socialist.
Was he?
Nationalist Socialist Labor Party. They had a huge socialist program, the Nazis, when they came in. Very similar to things we're hearing in the United States today.
What comes from the right?
What comes from the right? What comes from the right is stagnation.
Stagnation.
The right believes in maintaining the status quo. You know, they want everybody to stay pretty much the same, work very hard. You know, the rich stay rich, the poor stay kind of poor. You know, but everybody gets a chance from the right. From the left, everybody gets pressed down. Everybody has to be equally poor. That's the nature of liberalism. Everybody has to be equally poor. Makes life easy. I read today that the head of the Senate said the rich can pay a little more. There's another couple of billion in taxes we can squeeze out of the wealthier Americans.
And you felt?
What?
And what did you think about that?
What's to think about? It's the same crap we hear every day. This is it. I read a review of a book called Seeking Zion. Some woman she's of mixed race. Her father's a professor at Princeton University, and her best friend growing up was a Jewish girl. The Jewish girl made Aliyah, so this girl's whole life was shattered because she had nowhere to go. So she goes to Israel and meets the Ethiopians, and they tell her, we're not black. She then goes to Ghana, to Ethiopia, and she's not happy there. She goes to Ghana, she meets a cab driver. The cab driver says to her, if a slave ship came today to Ghana, there'd be so many Ghanaians getting on board, it would sink. The bottom line is, the man was making a point. We spend no time looking at how well off we are here in the United States. Everybody here says how badly off they are. We're starving, we're not. I was at a public health council meeting. Millions of dollars spent because they're worrying about prenatal deaths in obese women. 12 died last year. They spent $3 million on those 12 women, but 12 died last year. It's a big shock. I mean, that's a big issue.
It's an issue.
It's an issue, but can be resolved very simply with a diet. It doesn't need a regulation.
It doesn't need a $3 million worth of research.
$3 million worth of research to find out.
Eat less.
And eat less. Right. Isn't there an answer?
They ate the babies. You don't know.
We don't want to hear. Well, so at the end of the day, Americans are all worried. Poor Americans worry whether they're getting their second TV. They're not worried whether or not they have clean water. That's what the cab driver meant. So this woman wrote this big, beautiful book, reviewed in the Wall Street Journal, how she has no place in America. I'm sure
mixed?
because she's mixed. I'm sure
Poor
she got a
thing.
nice big advance. Her father supported her, the Princeton professor. Her husband, the lawyer. They live in New York with their 2 kids, and she's upset because she has no place in the world. Our problem. Why the world is no good.
Why is it going to hell in a handbasket?
Why is it going to hell in a
Because
handbasket?
we have forgotten that the only way America is going to be safe, the only way the world is going to be better, if we make them more like us, not making us more like them. Because they're not doing so well.
Them.
Them being the 99.9% of the world that don't live here.
I see.
That don't have flush toilets. That don't have 2 VCRs. If you look at people at a poverty level in America, not only do they just have to walk in with their little credit card to buy food or booze, not only do they have a place, most of them have a place to live, they have heat, they have hot water, they have clean water. If they can't be fed, mostly there's somewhere for them to get a meal. They can get clothes. Everybody, there's nobody sleeping in the streets like Bombay, worrying with the horse, you know. Of course, you know, it's a little weird there. The food's walking in the streets. You wonder why you're starving. At the end of the day, America has lost its way, and that's why the world is going to hell in a handbasket. We have put so much guilt on ourselves for being successful that we have now told our children being successful is a crime.
Not a crime.
It's a crime.
No, it's not.
It is, because the minute you're successful, you all of a sudden become one of the 1%, and you have to support all the other people who weren't successful. We are disincentivizing kids doing well. There's no reason to strive anymore. There's nothing to strive for. What do you strive for? Pay taxes so that we can keep a permanent lumpen proletariat? No, here it is. America has to take the leadership of the world again. We've lost it. This leading from behind. I mean, even the French beat us out.
In what?
In Mali. The French go and they attack these guys at Algeria. Do you know that the guys in Algeria that attacked that gas station were the same people who attacked our embassy in Benghazi? And Hillary Clinton's ranting and raving in front of the Congress. She don't look good, by the way.
She doesn't look good.
No, she don't look
She's
good.
not well.
Not well.
We love Hillary.
I mean, the glasses she's wearing is
I
because
heard
she's
about
seeing
that,
double. I think that she needs a rest.
She can't rest. She has to, listen.
She has to support Bill.
No, she has to be president next term.
And can make it.
She'll make it.
She'll make
Jane
it.
can make it.
We are optimistic on this program, so she's going to make it, because
We
I
blew
will
our-
live.
We blew our chance.
Okay,
4
well,
years, 6 years ago,
like
we
you
blew
always
it.
say, ask questions, interrupt, go
I
ahead.
was waiting for you to.
No,
You don't like the answers.
Listen,
That's the problem.
I'm riveted.
As soon as I
He
start
says-
skirting down that little
No,
area
listen.
about Barry, she gets upset.
Well, first of all, I mean, look, you make a very compelling and convincing argument that the world is going to hell in a handbasket. There's no doubt about it.
And it's our
I
own
don't
fault.
know when you say success, though, that they're de-incentivizing success. I don't know what you mean by success. How do you measure success? What is success?
Well, unfortunately, how do you measure success in America? You don't measure success while you're sitting here in Los Angeles. Some guy writes one screenplay, he's a multi-millionaire, drives around in his Porsche for the rest of his life, never does another thing.
Is that success?
That's success. Well, he's successful, he's happy, right? You know, it's funny, I met with a couple of bankers the other day. They used to make $1 million a year. Now they make $200,000 a year. They're crying in their beers.
Wow.
No, it's rough, you know?
All right, well, that's our time, Mark. And Mr. Zaffron, God bless you.
God bless
By the
me.
way, I heard of something. Happy anniversary to you.
Thank
and
you,
your
and
wife.
happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary to the Zaffrons, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. The world is going to hell in a handbasket. America's sweetheart, Mark Zaffron. We'll be right back.
And by the way, I did that once without mentioning Jimmy Carter.
But there he is, Jimmy Carter. He mentioned him.
Who I was told was at the inauguration.
He was.
In an honored seat.
He was in an honored seat.
Barack's
That you paid
teacher.
for.
That's true.
All right?
Don't start him up.
And lip syncing.
And that
If
was
the president fakes it, she might as well.
Okay, thank you so
There you
much.
have it. We'll be right back.
Are you Jimmy Carter or another big mouth with a message for Mark Zaffron? If so, call us at 323-761-0290 and have your say.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have dug up some more footage.
I am so happy about that. To find archival footage from our first shows back then.
From the 50s, we're very excited. This is some good stuff you're about to see. We know you're going to love it. So here you go. James and Sunda back in the 1950s. Okay, we are very excited about this, are we not? We are going to introduce a brand new segment called Heck in a Handbasket. And joining us to tell us how the world is going to heck in a handbasket, we have Mr. Mark Zaffron. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, James. I thought we were in good shape after we won the war against the Nazis. Now we got those commies in Korea that we had to be finished. River we had to be finished. River Now I hear that we're going to have to help the French tip the commies out of Vietnam.
Oh my God.
The poor people, the French are in there in the MBM food, whatever. And all these commies been pushing these. You can imagine these guys. They live on a ball of rice. Did you know? And they're pushing 155 millimeter rifles up mountains, shoot them at the French. French can't win a war.
No,
never could, never will.
Never
no
will.
good.
Never
and the
will.
communists are everywhere. Even we're not safe. We found out that communists had infiltrated the James and Sunda show.
Commies have infiltrated everywhere in the United States.
Writers.
Right.
I got news for you. I was just on my bomb shelter.
Yes.
Wanted to make sure it was done. And this polio vaccine, I don't know about that. I think it's a
never gonna
commie
work.
plot.
Well,
the worst thing is I really reached into my pocket today on the way to the sun. I wanted to sit here and have a cigar. I wanted a good old-fashioned cigar. Tommy No Good Castro, is that his name?
That's
that
his
one
name,
up in the hills?
Yeah.
He's cutting down on the cigar production. I can't get a Cuban.
Fidel.
Oh my God.
What is this? What is this Fidel business here?
It's outrageous.
I don't know why we don't send in the 82nd Airborne and take care of this comedy.
It is the most terrifying thing.
frightening.
And what's worse
frightening.
is, listen, you know, I like Richard Nixon, nice man.
Very nice.
Right?
Very honest.
War hero.
Very honest.
War hero.
Yeah.
Could never get a good shave. But other than that, he's a good guy. Sorry about his wife in that coat. I mean, come on. What is it when you can't bribe a Republican?
That's a good point.
That's a good point. Now that's a great
really,
point.
what is the point? And his poor dog, that Checkers. I mean, what's the good? I mean, what's the good of a politician that don't stay bored? He had to get on TV, and he had to admit that he didn't take a bribe. He only took a stinking coat. He didn't even take a fur, the dumb man.
He'll never be
If
president.
he's ever
Never.
president, we're in big trouble.
We're in big
That
trouble.
Nixon's ever in office, we're in
Never
big
gonna
trouble.
happen.
But we could end up with one of them Kennedys.
Never. No.
They're coming up. The Kennedys are coming up. The Kennedys are no good.
They aren't.
They work.
Are
They
they commies?
take orders from the Pope.
Do they?
All Catholics take orders from the Pope. You know that.
I do know that.
Well, there's
He's
nothing
not
wrong with Catholics. Like,
Has
there's
nothing to do
wrong.
with that, but the Pope's going to give the Kennedys orders. You know the Kennedys are going to take
The
orders.
Kennedys are never going to be in office. You're out of your mind.
We've never had a Catholic president.
That's right.
Yeah.
Might as well just have a black president. That's true.
That's
true.
true.
Maybe
We don't
one
let-
day.
We don't let them vote. How are they going to get there? We don't let them go on the bus.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong. They're not going to get
No, but
there.
they're never going to let black people vote. They don't
Never.
even let them go to school.
That's true.
I mean, look at it. Eisenhower, he sent in the troops to Arkansas. What's the thing? The poor little kid hanging down the street, going down there by herself.
Yeah.
How's that woman that got thrown off the bus?
Rosa Parks.
Rosa Parks,
Yeah.
and this King guy. I keep hearing about.
Yeah.
They say
Keep hearing about.
Yeah.
They say he's going to be
He's going
somebody.
to be somebody someday. He may be the first black president.
He may be.
He may be.
He may be.
He may
The
be.
crackers don't shoot him.
That's
good
right.
point.
That's a good point.
Can't trust them.
So
with
is the
crackers.
world going to heck in a handbasket?
The world's been going to heck in the handbasket since we didn't elect Douglas MacArthur as president. The worst is when we had that commie Roosevelt in the White House.
He was a commie. You're calling
Roosevelt was a
Really?
commie.
Really?
Yep.
They got.
Yep.
A 5-cent package makes 2 quarts of Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid. 9 great flavors they drink you love. Kool-Aid.
A letter in the mail today from Vito Marcantonio, the head of the Labor Party.
And?
And
He wants me to vote for him.
And?
What are
He
you
said,
going to
you're
do?
a Jew, you got to vote for us.
And what'd you say?
I'll vote for them commies. Well, would you vote for a commie? For Russians. All the Russians did is beat our families. What do we need, pogroms here because of these commies?
Not wrong.
I mean, it's nice time.
Ladies
You got
and
these things,
gentlemen.
these new things, these dishwashers. My wife, the little woman, doesn't have to wash the dishes by herself. They got these vacuum cleaners, these machines. World's coming. We just took the kids to Disneyland, this wonderful place, unbelievable.
How did your
heard
wife
about
like it?
Disneyland.
My wife hated it. She had to walk.
She had to
Happiest place I'd ever. She couldn't wear heels.
Well, I don't think it's going to last. I see that.
Disneyland may not last.
I don't think it's going to last.
I think it's just one of those things that's not. Now, Ovaltine's going to last. That I can tell you is going to last.
Delicious drink, Ovaltine.
I
Yeah,
love
I don't know about
Ovaltine.
I don't know about Ovaltine, but you know, What bothers me is they haven't put the green back in Lucky Strike. Remember during the war, they took the green out of the package of the Lucky Strikes?
Yes.
They
Why?
said Lucky Strike green went to war. Big advertising campaign. Lucky Strikes don't taste the same.
Ah.
Lucky's, they just don't taste the same.
But you know something? 9 out of 10 doctors like Viceroys. We thought it was Camels, but it's Viceroys.
It's Viceroys?
Yeah.
Cigarettes are good for you.
Yeah, they're
the
good
best
for
thing
you.
you can ever have cigarettes.
I think so.
Yeah, they're healthy. They help you expand your lungs.
Cigarettes and sunlight.
Yeah.
You okay?
Sunlight, yeah, sunlight's good for you.
Very
I need
good.
cigarettes. That's really
Yeah,
what
cigarette.
it is.
Well, we
gotta calm my nerves, you know. Good cigarette.
Yeah. We were smoking so much before the show because
We ran out of cigarettes because
today.
normally.
Better watch it. You know, the commies will take over England. We won't get scotch. We'll have to be drinking bourbon.
They're in England too? This
They're in
commie
England.
thing
The
is
commies are all
terrifying.
over.
I have to say, I am just scared.
Between the commies and the French, we're dead.
I want to decorate my fallout shelter. That's all I know, is that I want to decorate my fallout shelter in case people have to come over. I want to have the right food. And where are we going to be able to have to
Cook in the
pack
fallout shelter.
so many things? I'm going to
We're
have
gonna cook
to
with
have.
the radiation.
The radiation will make the meals for you.
Great idea. I'm gonna have to look into that. Tell my R&D people about that.
That's very
Cooking
smart.
with radiation.
He has
That
R&D
may be
people.
an idea.
That's not going to happen. No one's going to ever have radiation.
They got Disneyland. They'll have radiation. All I know is the kids came home from school the other day to complain they had to get under the desks.
Yeah.
I have to worry that the Ruskies are going to be throwing bombs at us. We ought to bomb them first. Bombs at us? We ought to bomb them first.
That is an idea.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The world is going to heck in a handbasket. Mr. Mark Zaffron, thank you very much.
Thank you, James.
I'm
You
going
sure
to
you're
go.
not a commie?
I am a communist.
We should take the pledge.
Whatever the pledge is, I'll take it.
What do you mean, whatever the pledge is? I pledge
Pledge
allegiance to the
Oh,
flag
that
of the
pledge.
United
I don't
States
know.
of
What do
America.
I know?
You're a commie.
I'm a commie.
You've been a communist this whole time. I've been
We
working
gotta
with
take
you.
a break. I'll be right
No, I
back.
don't need
We'll
this.
be right back.
I'm
not
glad
a
you brought this
communist.
to my attention.
He's out of order.
You're out of order.
They're all
You're out of
crazy.
order.
I am calling
He has no dignity.
I'm going for a cigarette.
Me too. Right, that was good stuff. You were good back then. You really were. Your 1950s Sunda was amazing.
And you
I
were
miss
dead
that
on.
Sunda.
I miss that James.
Yeah.
And I really miss the aroma of cigarettes.
Yeah. Well, the 1950s is known as the golden age of James and Sunda. It really is, and
So we made our mark.
it really is. And we're going to try to find more of that footage for you at home because we know how much you enjoy it. But that is our show.
That is it. So we've got to go.
We're out of time. We'll see you guys next week. Have a good night.
Thick. Oh my God.
I said you're not a cougar, you're a saber-toothed tiger. That was my joke.
Okay.
Tired
You're
of
sick.
it.
You're
You
sick.
just hear things and then you just take them for your own. And then people want to know why I
Obama's
don't have an
president.
act.
There's a black president.
No, there's not. He's half black.
Oh my God. Oh, that felt so good.
You know it.
Oh my God. Was that Sean? This is so exciting. I'm not a cougar. I'm a saber-tooth. We're kidnapping Ray Bruni, actually. He has no idea about this. And of course, we also have to give credit to Ruben Pruitt, who
Absolutely.
actually discovered you and
He
did your
did.
first movie. And then we have John.
I was dancing at a bar back
dancing
in
in a
Jersey,
bar,
and
yeah.
Ruben walked in that night
and said,
and he
I
said,
want him.
That's him.
That's right. And then
Although
we
he
have-
has an accent,
He has
so he
an-
can say like-
yeah. That's the only time that when he gets excited.
He
he
breathes.
He wants the there's a continuity because he's a film director and Ray is a TV producer. So backstage, you have no idea. I want to record them when Ray is like, Ruben, there's no reason for that cup to be moved to the right. Ruben's like,
Ruben actually comes out. He actually comes out and
And he
tells our
moves the
guests
cup.
what their motivation should be
right.
for the interview.
He gives them motivation. They need some of them need it. They need motivation. They need handling. Don't start with her. Jesus. I'm talking about our baby, Sean. Our baby. That little baby.
Ay, shy this one.
I get up, I cool down. When something gets in my way, I go round it. Don't let Tebow get me down.
Ah, makeup, how would you tell between 500 and 600 degrees?
I
thought it would be higher than that. He always
tries
tries to be an expert. He's the expert.
I know he's the expert, but the ovens get hotter. You can get it hotter than 600. You can get to 1600, right?
For what, James?
Why would you do that?
I'm not saying you would do that.
Where's the oven for that?
Well, that's a long time ago.
I'm not saying
Listen.
I was a long time ago. Wow. Hello there.
There's that uncomfortable moment you have on JLTV, but you know what?